Good morning to all TYBSc botany student. Friends, today we are going to talk on paper first, that is plant diversity. In paper first, uh, you have total 4 unit. That is, first unit is microbiology, second one is the fungi, third one is the algae, and fourth one is the plant pathology. In this total 4 unit, today we are going to talk on uh, uh, microbiology unit. In that, we are going to see the general characteristic of fungi. Fungi are eukaryotic organism. We will learn different properties of fungi. First one is the general characteristic of fungi. Second one is the structure of fungi. Third one is the economic importance. Fourth one is the pathogenicity, and last one is the brief introduction of some fungi. So first we will start with the general characteristics of fungi. As we know that there are total 6 kingdom of living organism. Fungi are placed in a separate kingdom, that is kingdom fungi. There are different kingdom, that is plantae, animalia, fungi, protista, eubacteria, archaebacteria. These are the different 6 kingdoms, and this fungi is one of the out of 6 kingdom. Uh, Fungi are eukaryotic organism. They are non-photosynthetic. That means fungi are not a plants. They are non-photosynthetic because they lack chloroplast. That means chlorophyll, the pigments which are important for photosynthesis, are totally absent in fungi. That's why the fungi are placed in a in separate kingdom. Second characteristic is the fungi are the eukaryotic organism. They are separate from prokaryotic. There is clear cut difference in prokaryotic and eukaryotic. The fungi are the eukaryotic organism. And next point is they are non-motile organism. That means the motility, that means presence of flagella are absent. Next character is the most are saprophytic. That means they are known as the saprobe. Saprobe means they live on dead and decaying organic matter. Such fungi are known as the saprophytic fungi, or the term generally used as a saprobes fungi. Next characteristic is they are heterotrophic, absorptive heterotrophic. Absorptive heterotrophic means heterotrophic and autotrophic. They are two different terms. Autotrophic means those organism they produce their own food, known as autotrophic organism. Like for example plants, they are having a chloroplast, chlorophyll pigment. They use sunlight and water. With the help of chlorophyll pigment they produce their own food. It means they are autotrophic organism. But fungi are heterotrophic. They lack chlorophyll pigment. They do not produce any photosynthetic food material. That's why they have to depend on other organism, dead, it may be living organism or it may be non-living organism. If it living on dead and decaying organic matter, that is known as saprophytic organism. Absorptive heterotroph, that means first of all the fungi decompose the dead and decaying organic matter. They digest food first. They convert the complex cellulose material into simple material, and the simple carbon as a source of glucose, and they absorb in the form of food and then absorb it into their bodies. And during digestion process they release some digestive enzyme to fasten or to help for the degradation of the complex substances such as cellulose. For example, the wood material, it means the plant cell wall is made up of cellulose. If the plant fungi, if suppose the cellulose want to break down, then plant has to release some such type of cellulase enzyme. The cellulase enzymes break down the cellulose, and completely the cellulose is converted into simple molecule, that is glucose molecule, and the glucose molecule is absorbed by the fungi. Such type of activity do fungi during their absorb. Fungi directly not absorb food from any dead organic matter. First of all they convert into simple molecule, and the simple molecule used as a source of energy. The store food energy as a glycogen is next character. Fungi, generally plants store energy in the form of starch, different type of sugar molecule, but fungi store their energy in the form of glycogen molecule. This is the characteristic features of fungi. Next character is they are the important decomposers and recycler of the nutrients in the environment. Friends, without fungi, the environment would not exist, because fungi are very important for the decomposition of different type of dead and decaying organic matter. It may be living human beings, or it may be animals, or it may be plant material. They are the very important living organism in the environment. They convert all the dead decomposed organic matter into simple simple molecule, and these simple molecules, that means complex nutrient, they recycle, they recycle the nutrient in the environment, because the recycling of nutrient is a very important process. So fungi play a very important role in the decomposition and recycling of the nutrient in the environment. The most of they are multicellular organism. Next character is the multicellular structure. Most of the fungi, they are multicellular structure, except some are unicellular yeast, lack true root, stem and leaves. These are the next character. They do not have any true root system and true stem and true leaves. Such type of structure, when they lack true root, true stem and true leaves, such type of structure is known as the thallus structure. Okay, such type of the structures, we call them as a thallus structure. For example, algae as a thallus structure, because they lack true root system, true leaves, true stem structure. That's why we call algae as a thallus structure. You can see here in photograph, you can see the structure of unicellular yeast structure, and you can see the mushroom like fungi. This is the multicellular mushroom, this is the multicellular structure. Next, you can see here some of the example in the photographs. You can see some of the fungi which help in the decomposition of different materials, such as dead and decaying of wood material in the forest. And you can see here some of the fruits are decomposing by different type of fungi. For example, penicillin you can commonly observe in the citrus type of fruits. Next, the characteristic of fungi, that means we'll see the structure of cell wall. Very important character, cell wall. Cell wall are made up of chitin. Chitin are the complex polysaccharide. That means polysaccharide is a carbohydrate material. This is made up of chitin molecule. You can use cotton blue as a stain material for identification of any fungi. So these cotton blue stain the chitin material, and the cell wall gives turn into blue color. Second character is the body is called the thallus. In the last slide we have seen the what is meant by thallus. Thallus are the structure which are having not having any true root, true stem and true leaves. That is, such structure is known as the thallus structure. Next character is the grow as a microscopic tubes or filament called as hyphae. This is very important characteristic. Next character is the hyphae. Hyphae means you can see here some of the thread like structures. This is the complex structures, but such complex one of the such part is known as a hyphae. That means the thallus, you can see here the thallus is the made up of hyphae. Hyphae is a simply part of the thallus structure. Hyphae is the simple part of the thallus structure. You can see this is simple one branches means this is complete the thallus structure. Another term which is used called as mycelium structure. Such complex structure is known as the mycelium. Part of this mycelium, such branches or filament or thread like structure, is known as the hyphae. Hyphae is a simple part of mycelium or part of thallus structure. This is known as hyphae. Very simple terminology. Next character is the some fungi are internal or external parasitic fungi. They are live on living organism. It may some fungi which causes different type of diseases in the animal, and some different type of cash crop or any other living plants, they causes different type of diseases. Internal, they causes internal diseases, and some are occur in external parasite. They live on leaf surface or animal skin surface, etc. Next characteristic features is this: some few fungi act like predators. Some fungi act like predators, capture prey like roundworm. This is the next characteristic features of some fungi. Some predaceous fungi feeding on some nematodes. You can see here this is the actual the structure of nematodes. Some soil dwelling fungi, they make complex structure around the nematodes. After some time, the nematode completely captured in a mycelium structures. Nematode can't escape from such complex mycelium structures, and they get killed by secreting enzymes from the mycelium structure, and they get killed and decompose easily and absorb nutrients. They are called as the predators like fungi. They are called as predaceous fungi. They feed on different type of animals, and they kill. First of all, they kill, they decompose and absorb the nutrients which are present inside the animal body. This is called as the predators fungi. Next characteristic fungi are, some are edible fungi. You can easily identify, that is common mushroom we eat, which are having rich protein, nutritions, carbohydrate, different type of vitamins. They are edible fungi. And some, while others are some poisonous, very deadly poisonous fungi. You can see the different type of mushroom here. Okay, some are edible fungi, some are poisonous fungi. There are different type of, that means some are beneficial, some are poisonous fungi. Next characteristic features of the fungi is produces both sexual and asexual spores. That means they reproduces by means of sexual and by means of asexual spores. They are classified by their sexual reproduction structures. Spores come in various shapes. You can see here the structure of spores in a different form. This is like filament structure, this is round spherical structure. You can see the spiral structure of some spores. You can see here the different divisions of the cells. This is the type of spores. There are different type of, this is the spores having a flagella. You can see the number of sporal diversity here. This photograph is having different type of sexual reproductive mechanism, how the spores are liberated, like zoospores. You can see here, this is the complete structure of sporangium. This sporangium contain a different type of spores. These spores release in the environment under favorable conditions. Under favorable condition, these spores again germinate to form a new filament and new fungus. This is the again a different type of spore structure. This is conidia. Conidia is a type of spores. You can see here the structure of conidia. This is the actual structure of sterigmata. The spores which are developed on sterigmata, that is conidia. You can see here the diversity of different type of spores. The next character is they grow best in the warm conditions. Humidity and warm condition are the best suitable condition for the growth and development of fungi. Mycology is a branch of fungus study, which means mycology is a study of fungi. So, for example, we can say the study of algae is known as phycology. The same way, the study of fungi is known as mycology. Those who study fungi, they are known as the mycologist. That means study of fungi. The fungicides is a chemical used to kill the fungi. We generally use the different type of fungicides on a cash crop, which causes some fungi are poisonous, and some fungi which causes different type of diseases on a crop. So for avoiding such fungal diseases, we use generally different type of fungicides. For example, Bavistine is a very common fungicides which are used on a grape for controlling the downy mildew diseases. This is the fungicides we spray on different type of plants for controlling different type of diseases which inhibit the growth of cell wall. Actually, the fungicides which inhibit the growth on cell wall. Next characteristic is the fungi include puff balls. That means you can see here the pub ball structures, which is ball like structures, that's why it is called as pub ball structures. Yeast, for example, mushroom, toadstool, rust, smut, ringworm, mold, they are the different fungal diversity. They are present in a different size, shape. They are classified in different groups. That's why it is called rust fungi, smut fungi, ringworm fungi, mold fungi. These are the different diversity of the fungi, fungal diversity based on their different size and shape structure. Next characteristic is there are some fungi we have seen in last presentation, last slide we have seen some fungi are beneficial. That means they produce some antibiotic. Antibiotic are very important for controlling different type of bacterial growth. They inhibit the growth of bacteria. That is, for example, best example is the penicillin. Penicillin is made by the Penicillium fungi. Penicillium is the group of genus fungi which produces penicillin, which is very commonly used antibiotic in a mold. They are beneficial. Some fungi are beneficial fungi. Fungi, we'll see the next character, that is the size of the fungi. Fungi range in different type of cells size. For example, yeast. Yeast are the unicellular organism. They are very simple structure, unicellular structure. You can see here in the diagram, this is the pub ball, very large. You can see here 20 to 60 centimeter large and round spherical structure. The range different in size, unicellular to large up to 20 to 60 centimeter. You can see the diversity of fungi. Next we will see the vegetative structure. Vegetative structure is the non-reproductive structure. We have seen in the last lecture, that is hypa. You can say hyphae. Hyphae is a part of mycelium, or you can say it is a part of thallus structure. This is a simple thread-like structure. This is called hyphae. This is a simple structure. This is called hyphae. This is hyphae is a simple tubular shape, tube-like structure, which contain different. This tube-like structure contains cytoplasm, nucleus. If it is sinusoidal, then it is called as the cytoplasm move in a free direction. Hyphae is a part of mycelium first of all, and it is a tubular shape, one continuous cell filled with cytoplasm and nuclei. This is a completely tubular structure which contains nucleus and cytoplasm. Multinucleate. Multinucleate means if suppose the mycelium does not have a cell wall, that means they are continuously tube-like structures. Such type of hyphae is known as the multinucleate hyphae, because they contain number of different type of different nuclei. That's why it is called as a multinucleate. The another term which is used for such hyphae which contain multinucleate structure, called as a sinusoidal hyphae. Sinusoidal hyphae means hyphae which contain multiple nucleus. Hard cell wall of chitin. We have seen in last lecture the cell wall is made up of chitin. The very typical, you can say the distinguishing character of the fungi, the cell wall is made up of chitin. The chitin also in the insect exoskeleton. You can also observe, you can see the chitin is present also in the insect exoskeleton structure. The next character is the stolon. We have seen what is meant by hyphae. Next part is the stolon. Stolon is the running part of the hyphae. When the hyphae which run along suppose the hyphae is growing on suppose bread or any food or dead or decaying organic matter, the horizontal growing part of the hyphae is known as the stolon. From the stolon you can see here the growing sporangiophores, or you can say the mycelium. Part of this sporangiophore is a part of this stolon, or you can say the stolon is the modified hyphae which form the different type of sporangial structures. Such type of hyphae is known as the stolon. Next part is the rhizoids. Rhizoids are the, you can say here, the root-like structures. This is the rhizoids. Complete structure is the rhizoids. These are the root-like structure, but they are not true leaves. Please remember, they are not true roots. Sorry, they are not true roots. That's why the complete structure of such mycelium is known as the thallus structure. Thallus means they are lack they do not have any true stem, true leaves, or true root system. They are just we can say this is the root like structures. The main function of the rhizoid is the absorption of water and mineral from the food material. Suppose this is growing on a dead and dead leaves, the dead which these roots rhizoids and these rhizoids absorb minerals, some food material from the dead organic matter. This is the structure of rhizoids. They are root like structure, but they are not true roots. Next is the septa. Septa means wall. Septa is the wall, cross wall structure. This is the cross wall called as septa, may form a compartment. Suppose a tubular complete, suppose these are the completely structure of mycelium, but inside the mycelium you can say this mycelium in entire the hyphae which are separated from each other by means of septa compartment, and to form a multicellular like structures such called as septa. Next characteristic features is the absorptive heterotroph. Fungi get carbon from the organic source. When fungi grow on a dead and decaying organic matter, we have seen in last PowerPoint slide that first of all the fungi releases different type of enzymes. These enzymes decompose the dead and decaying organic matter. It may be plant or it may be animal, and after decomposition they absorb the simple molecules. Such type of relations exist in between fungi and dead organic matter. Next is the modification of hyphae. Fungi may be classified based on cell division. Some fungi are classified based on the cell division with or without cytokinesis. Okay, cytokinesis is the division of the cells. Aseptate or sinusotic. Aseptate is another terminology. Aseptate means without any septa. Septa means we have seen what is meant by septa. Septa means wall. Aseptate means without any septa, without any walls. Or simply another terminology. So this is, you can see here in the diagram, two diagram, you can see this mycelium. Okay, this short term this short part is called as hyphae. The entire structure is called as mycelium, but this mycelium do not have any wall. Wall means septa. Such type of structure is known as the aseptate structure. This is the aseptate, or another terminology is known as the sinusotic. Sinusotic means multinucleate without any septa. Sinusotic means multinucleate. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. The total 9 nucleus in this diagram. You can see multinucleate, that means multinucleate, more than one nucleus. That's why the entire structure is known as the sinusotic or aseptate hyphae. Second diagram, this mycelium contain wall. This is called as septa. This is called as septa. These septa separate out this cell from this cell. You can see here this is one cell, but this one cell contains only single nucleus. That's why it is called as a septate hyphae, which is because they are having type of different septa. Next is the modification of hyphae. Hyphae, they are modified into different structures, and they form a different. For example, you can see here the hyphae get modified into haustoria. This is the plant, actually plant cell. They absorb nutrient from the plant cell by modification of the hyphae. You can see the modified, how hyphae get modified into, when they enter into the plant cell, they get modified into a different structure and called as a haustoria. This is the modified structure of sinusotic hyphae. This is the modification of the hyphae. This is without any septa. This is the with septa. This is the modification of different type of hyphae. You can see in this diagram, the hyphae get modified into net-like structure, and they capture different type of insect, animal, and they get killed inside the trap. So this is the modified, again another example of modified hyphae. Next character is the hyphal growth. So hyphal growth takes place mainly in the apical regions. This is the apical part of the, or you can say the growing part of the hyphae. This is the main part of the hyphae. They are the actively dividing cells. They continuously divide, redivide to form complex structures. Next characteristic is the reproduction of reproductive structure. That is, we have seen the fungi reproduces by means of asexual and sexual spores. First of all, reproduction, most fungi reproduces asexually, and second is the sexual methods. Sexual reproduction is by means of spores. Asexual reproduction takes place by means of fragmentation. So first of all, we will see asexual reproduction is most common method and produces genetically identical copy because they are fragmentically divided into separate part, and they are having genetic material which are parental in origin. That's why they are genetically identical. Fungi reproduces sexually when conditions are poor and nutrient scarce. Because under unfavorable, you can say the different word I will use. Under unfavorable condition, poor condition means unfavorable, that means lack of food material, or if the environmental condition increases. Under high sunlight conditions, the entire mycelium structures get converted into different type of spores conditions. This is called as a adverse or harsh condition, or poor, we can say the poor conditions, unfavorable conditions. Such conditions, the mycelium converted into spores, converted into reproductive stage. Spores, we will see the structure of spores. Spores are the adaptation to life on the land. These are the very important structures. Ensure that the species will disperse to the new locations, because the vegetative fragment, they do not spread from one location to another location, but these spores, for example, you can consider the dispersal seeds. They are having, some seeds are modified seeds, they are having different type of structures, they disperse easily from one location to another location. The same way the fungal spores are dispersed from one continent to another continent. So this is the one of the most characteristic features that ensure species disperse to the new locations. Each spore contain a reproductive cells that form a new organism. Some are non-motile, dispersed by wind. Hyphal growth form spores. This is, you can see here, this is the dot, you can see the black dot, this is the spores. How the under favorable condition the spores get germinate to form a thread like or branch like mycelium. The entire mycelium again divide and redivide to form a complex structures. Again these complex structure divide and redivide to form a entire mycelium structure. This is the actually thallus structure of fungi. This is the typical general life cycle of fungi. You can see here the germination of, you can see the spores, how under favorable condition these spores germinate to form mycelium. This is the asexual reproductive life cycle. Simply you can say the spores germinate to form a mycelium. Mycelium again, some part of the mycelium form a spore producing structure, for example sporangium, and this sporangium produces different type of spores. Again spore germinate to form mycelium. This is the asexual reproductive cycle. Second one is the sexual reproductive cycles. In this sexual reproductive cycles, the opposite, for example, they are you can say spores, they are having opposite strain spores, that is plus, you can consider here plus and minus strain, different opposite strain. They germinate to form mycelium. Again mycelium to form plasmogamy. Plasmogamy means two fusion of cytoplasm, that means two mycelium they get fused to form a plasmogamy. Plasmogamy means fusion of cytoplasm. Opposite strain mycelium, for example, suppose you can consider here this is a positive strain mycelium. For example, consider here this another negative strain mycelium, they get germination. This is positive strain mycelium. You can consider here this is negative strain mycelium, they get fused to form a plasmogamy. This plasmogamy means fused mycelium, they get converted into dikaryotic. Dikaryotic means di means two, karyo means nuclear, two nuclear stage, that means n plus n. This n is a negative strain, this n is a positive strain. Here is the fusion of mycelium takes place and to form a dikaryotic stage only under sexual reproduction condition. Next, this dikaryotic mycelium undergo karyogamy. Karyogamy means, gamy means fusion of gamete, karyo means nucleus, that is fusion of nuclei. Such dikaryotic stage is converted into karyogamy, which means in these conditions the nucleus are separated from each other. But next stage, these nucleus, that is positive strain nucleus and negative strain nucleus, they fuse in this condition to form a single nucleus, that is 2n. Here the n plus n, that means two nuclei are separated, but under next stage these two nuclei they fuse with each other to form 2n, and such cells is called as a diploid stage, or such stage is known as diploid stage, that is 2n diploid stage. These diploid nucleus undergo meiosis to form a haploid spores. Friends, here you can see the meiosis is the reductional division. That means 2n, first of all they get converted into 4n, and the 4n means 4 set of nuclei they get separate from each other and to form a haploid, that means single n. In this way the diploid stage is converted into haploid stage by means of meiosis, not mitosis. Mitosis, if suppose mitosis happen, the diploid stage will remains diploid stage, but in case of meiosis the diploid stage undergo reduction to form a haploid spore producing structures. This is a spore producing structure, you can say here sporangia. These sporangia contain different type of spores. This way the entire sexual reproduction process takes place in fungi. This is the sexual reproductive stage general, and this is the asexual reproductive stage. Next stage is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction takes place by means of we have seen in last slide, sexual reproduction takes under unfavorable conditions. That means lack of nutrient, space, moisture, or when the light intensity increases in the environmental conditions. Such environmental condition the sexual reproduction takes place. Otherwise in general the asexual reproduction, that is by means of fragmentation, is the most common method, and production of asexual spores, this is the most common. But under stress conditions sexual reproduction takes place. No male and female fungi. Here you can please remember, some fungi shows dimorphism. Dimorphism means different morphological characteristic features. Dimorphism, di means two morphological features, two different morphological features, may grow as a mycelia, or in case of yeast like straight filament. This is the most favorable temperature, 25 degrees Celsius and around 35 degrees Celsius. Sexual reproduction takes place by haploid hyphae to form two mating type. We have seen in last slide. One is positive strain hyphae, second one is the negative strain hyphae. When they get fused to form a fertilization, to form a haploid two nuclei, that is zygote, and zygote undergo meiosis to form a haploid spores. In this way, you can see here the diagram. This is the negative strain hyphae, this is the positive strain hyphae. They get fused to form plasmogamy. After plasmogamy, such spore producing structures they are formed. Next one is the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction takes place by a different method. For example, fragmentation. Fragmentation means simply the fragment of mycelia. They get, when they separated under disaster or any different event, such part of the filament they again under favorable condition they grow to form a new filament. Second one is the budding, the different type of bud like structures. You can see here the diagram. This is the cells, different type of cells, and this is the small bud. The small bud they get separate from the mother mother spores or mother cells, and this small bud again germinate to form a new fungal filament. Asexual spores, third method is the asexual spores. There are different type of spores. Asexual spore, these are all are the asexual reproduction method: fragmentation, budding, and asexual spores. Spores may be formed, these are the reproduction by force. Spores may be formed directly on the hyphae. You can see here, this is the Pilobolus sporangia. This is the sporangiophore, this is the sporangium which contains spores. This is the Amanita fruiting body. Entire structure is this is the red color structure is known as the entirely fruiting body, which contain different type of spores. This is the fruiting body. This is the penicillium again structure. Asexual reproduction, this is the fruiting body or modified hyphae that make asexual spores. We have seen in the last lecture, last slide, the fruiting body contain different number of spores. You can say here bread mold fungi. We can see here the small dot. These are the mature spore releasings. This ball-like structure is known as the sporangia, and this structure is known as the sporangiophore. So friends, we will stop here. Thank you.